Fortune, and I'm here once again with the extraordinary Reverend Betty Jean Tatalajski. Betty Janae.
Got a French
Got to French it up. Tatalajski, who founded the Temple of Universality. And for today's topic, we're going to talk about resist ye not evil, which is a pretty full topic in itself. So, and you've led me to believe that somehow this is going to involve India.
India, I think so, from Calcutta to Kathmandu.
All right, I'm ready.
It's a wonderful life, isn't it? It's a wonderful life when you're awake. And, you know, from the Temple of Universality, one of our 10 tenets is there is no death. And so we really are so grateful, actually, that we have a little awareness of that and what it entails. And we just happen to have one of the best spiritual mediums, you know, I think, in the country, with Reverend Christine Fassetti, and to be able to sit and to listen to, talk with the great people who have been our inspiration through this lifetime, and people who have walked the path, the peace path, and people who have accomplished so much, you know. It's really lovely to travel the world and to meet these peacemakers, you know. But it's also wonderful to sit in the room and talk directly to those who have been, you know, like President Lincoln, who comes in with the cadre, as it were, a circle of patriots, as he calls them, the past presidents. So we are so very privileged, and what we have been given, we would like to give to other folks. You know, the best things in life are free, and we've been given all of this. And so when I look back at some of these travels, you know, to different many parts of the world, my heart returns to India. And you know, I didn't bring the poem today, but often I do that before I meditate, so that I can go back to India and experience the beauty, the peace of India. Of course, like a lot of people, I have just seen that movie about the Marigold Hotel, you know,
right, yeah.
And it's a fun thing. I was talking to one of my friends who was also in India, but not at the same time I was, but I was saying to her, it's not my India, and she said, no, or mine, because she was a friend and her teacher of mine, and her teacher, her guru, as it were, was Swami Rama. I talked about Swami Rama one time when we were talking about healing, and this great man, this great guru, who proved that all healing, you know, is within the mind, and how he demonstrated that in the laboratory. But when I go to India, there are, in my mind and my spirit, there are so many things, and all the lessons that I received there, as Spirit had told me before I went, my spirit teachers told me, you're going to have experiences that will last for your whole lifetime. And I thought, well, of course we remember things, you know, but I didn't know at the time they were all incredible lessons that I should absorb and become, okay? And as you mentioned, resist not evil. Now those are 3 simple words that don't seem to bother us too much.
That's because we don't let them bother us.
We don't let them bother us, you know. If we want to get angry, we do. If we want to blame folks, we do. You know, without thinking about that it wasn't just an offhand remark.
A throwaway line.
Right, a throwaway line made by the creative source and then spoken by Jesus and all of the great religious leaders. All the same thing, resist not evil, but be still and know. Of course, be still and know that I am God. And of course, that's what Jesus kept saying. He wants us to remember the I am God that I am. I am that I am. I am that I am. And, you know, and this is a really good thing. But it's so easy anytime you don't like something now to say, well, resist not evil. Well, what is evil? Evil is not a scary face, boo, it's not like that. It's anything you don't like. It's anybody you don't like.
That's a pretty broad statement.
Well, it is, it's really. We say, well, I don't like you for some reason here. With the same premise, resist not evil. Evil, spelled backwards means live. Actually, it's live spelled backwards.
Yeah.
Living lived backwards.
Backwards, that's right. Life backwards.
Yeah, life backwards.
Going the wrong way.
That's what it's saying here. Don't do that. Turn around and stay in your consciousness. But so many experiences, all of them were lessons for me. And one of them was in Calcutta. Now, first of all, I didn't want to go to Calcutta, okay? But because I had been already in India in so many places, and my heart was shredded.
Was already
in
shredded,
pieces.
yeah.
In pieces.
Yeah.
From I wanted to fix people. Yeah. We do. We want to fix people.
Yeah.
We want them to buy. We want them to have each a beautiful home.
Yeah.
And beautiful schools and hospitals and all of this stuff. We also wanted the peace that they were, but we wanted them to have more material stuff. And since we couldn't do that, we're feeling, bad about it. And so that's a great, the great lesson and great perplexing thing here about India is how could, 1 billion people create and be this incredible spirit that we have never touched, that I had never touched. I had never been in that realm of incredible peace, bliss, and beauty that I experienced there in a midst of poverty that I could not comprehend.
Yeah.
Okay, this was the lesson for me of India, that it is not the things that you have, they keep you in prison. But if you don't have them, you have an opportunity to be in a blissful state between you and the creative source, whether you are Hindu and call it Krishna, Brahma, whatever, or Jesus, God, whatever. And so it was a great, incredible time for me to go from one place to another, to have all of these opportunities to resist not evil. Now, I just happened to be when we flew from Bangalore to Calcutta. If there were an accident, if there were coincidences, I would say coincidentally that we were in a little, I don't want to call it a hovel, okay, but it was a little comfortable building here.
Like a hovel.
Like a hovel.
Like a hovel.
Like a hovel, but wasn't, okay?
All right.
And that it was next door to Mother Teresa and her center there in Calcutta. And I saw the thousands that lined up every morning, with their hand out with a leaf in it if they had it to put the food on. Anyway, experiences, I've talked to Mother Teresa so many times, and she does work at the temple. We're really grateful for that. But anyway, we go to Calcutta to fly to Nepal. So there is this little plane there, 19 passenger plane, and there are 19 of us lined up. 2 of them were my friends, okay? There were 3 of us going. And so my sister-in-law, the night before I left, Connie, my beautiful sister-in-law, had brought me this big camera set. And I'm not a photographer, but anybody could do this, okay? And she bought it so that I could get these beautiful pictures.
That's right.
As if I were
a photographer, right.
Anyway, so I have it, and I've wandered all over India with it. And so as I saw, we're standing here, the plane is there, we're going to get on the plane, okay? And so all the people, these 16 people got on, and then my 2 friends went off too, and I'm standing there by myself. by myself. You know, what's wrong with me? They gave me a little paper that was like about this big, and, you know, and with my name on it, and, you know.
Your boarding pass.
My boarding pass, you had to fill it out.
Okay.
Okay. And it was like about 3 by 4.
All right.
And so they had it.
In other words, they're going on the plane. They're getting called.
My friend just, yeah,
Okay.
we're in one line.
Okay,
Yeah,
right.
Now, I did notice when we started that, you know, we all had tape recorders.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, we're in India. We want to photograph
Sure.
it. We want to record it. So I noticed that everybody that went in that had something around their neck, you know, their camera, whatever, and they gave it to the man, you know,
Yeah.
and so I thought, well, they're going to bring him back on the plane, you know. So I'm studying this, okay. Well, then when my friends are gone and I'm by myself, you know, what would you think?
Something's wrong.
Something's,
I'm not getting on that plane.
something's wrong here. And there's only 19 seats,
Yeah.
and are they going to get my seat
Seat
away?
yeah.
Well, you know, and then resist not evil.
All right.
You know, don't pitch a hissy
panic.
fit, okay?
Just go with it.
Don't start screaming,
Okay,
and you
all right.
know, don't do it. I didn't
Yeah.
know, besides, I didn't know how to do it in Hindi.
Yeah, okay.
You know, so
Yeah. All right.
this is good.
This is
Remember my
good.
mantra?
Yeah, this is
Spirit
good.
gave me my mantra.
Yeah,
This is
good.
good. This
This
is
is good.
Between it, though, I couldn't understand what it was. That was good about it, okay?
That's right.
So there was another guy with more gold on his epaulets and so forth, you know, who's standing over here.
Okay.
And the man here keeps looking at him.
Yeah.
They keep looking back and forth, and I thought, you know, what has happened here? Am I a fugitive? Or, you know?
Yeah.
And so
Because clearly they've separated you.
they're gone.
And you.
Just like in
Okay,
China when
okay.
I was held by the communists, okay? In a 5-star hotel.
That's right.
But anyway, I'm thinking, and then it occurred to me later, later, I didn't know now. And this man walks over to the one who was, you know, very obviously his boss.
Yeah.
And they're da-da, you know, and the man is pointing to me. And,
Yeah.
and he comes over, the official comes over, and he says to me, and he's got my little thing here.
Your boarding pass.
He says, "You are rich bachelor woman?" And I said, "Yes." I got it right there.
Oh,
I
what
got
happened?
it, okay?
That's right. Okay.
Because my name has 11.
That's right. Tatalajski. Yeah.
It won't fit on there.
Yeah.
The only thing I fit on there was Tata, T-A-T-A, the richest
It's like the
family-
Rockefellers
The richest family in
in India. That's right.
And when he says that, you're a rich bachelor woman, well, you know, I didn't fit with the Tata family. I should have been
Dark
you know,
hair.
dark.
Hey, well, who knew? Maybe there was a blonde one. Clearly there
Right.
was.
Maybe she peroxide, you know.
Absolutely.
So anyway, when he says you rich bachelor woman, I got it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I said yes.
Oh, very good.
And he says, have a good trip. And he didn't take the camera. So when I came back to India from Nepal, I went to there were big Tata buildings all over, and I took one for my son, and I said, you know what? Remember, you're a Tata.
Tata, after all.
So anyway, and the Tata family, I would be very proud to be a part of it because
Sure.
they are not only the richest, but they are the most philanthropic.
Yeah.
Their whole lives are about doing and giving and building India. So I was very flattered. So I go to Kathmandu, and I think you have a picture of it.
There it is.
There it is, beautiful Kathmandu, and there's the eye, the single eye.
Oh, there it is, the eye.
Down
Yeah.
here, and how wonderful it was to be in this spiritual place. So we're at a it's called a hotel. Now you have to stretch your mind, around that. Of course, you've traveled and you know how to do that. But it was called the American Hotel. There were 6 little rooms, and they were almost as big as this disc with a little cot in them. They were paradise.
Okay.
It was wonderful, okay? And so my two friends and I walked down to the Great Eye, the center of Kathmandu, and they wanted to walk some more, and I had a book that I wanted to read. I think it was the Tao of Physics. I had just met, what's his name, and Rupert Sheldrake from Morphic Resonance. I had just met them there in Bombay, and so I wanted to get to it, you know. And you all go ahead. And so I don't know directions and stuff, you know, but there in the center, I knew that we left the little hotel.
Sure.
Okay, and we never turned.
Okay.
Okay, we go here, 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 and here, like half a mile.
Okay.
Like a mile.
Yeah.
Okay, but we never crossed the street.
Okay.
Now they weren't made up in blocks.
Okay.
And so it was like an alley.
Sure.
And all of it wasn't a street, it was an
Okay.
alley. And so there were no front yards,
Sure.
or no front buildings. It was just
an
a
alley.
solid
Walls,
buildings,
yeah.
okay? So I said, I can do this.
Because
You
to
know,
get back, you just turn around and go
all
back.
I do is go through
Yeah.
here. There is no way that I
Yep.
can turn
Turn. Okay.
till I get out of here a
Yeah.
mile, and then it sits right here.
Okay. Easy.
Easy. I can do it. So I start in. I'm about halfway into what I would call a block, okay? And so I heard this and I thought, this is not good. This is not good. And I was scared to turn around,
Okay.
you know?
You
'cause
were just panting.
I just knew it wasn't human,
Human.
okay?
Oh, no.
And so if it were my daughter, she would have embraced it and
Yeah, yeah.
said, "Oh wow!" And you know, but I'm not my daughter, and so
You just hear this.
I hear it. I mean, it's really panting, and I'm a block in, and there is a mile in front of me, and no way out.
You can't
and
turn
this
yeah,
thing,
behind you.
It's more narrow than this thing right
Okay.
here. It's
All
like
right.
this.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
I look around, and there is this big black bull. It is not one of those lumbering, lazy white
Yeah,
ones
yeah, yeah.
that lie around in the
Yeah.
in the street.
Yeah.
It looks like it just came out of the arena there
Yeah.
in Madrid.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's right.
it was the healthiest. It was the healthiest looking bull I ever saw in my life, and it's just strutting, and it's got these shoulders, you know, and I knew. I was petrified.
Yeah.
So I knew that it was going to be even with me,
Yeah.
And so
How far behind you was it, Betty?
it was about a half a block, but I was terrified.
Okay.
So I'm paralyzed.
Exactly, 'cause you just
And
see this thing.
It had 4 legs. It was walking really
Fast.
So anyway, I'm standing there thinking, okay, resist not evil,
Okay,
which
all right.
means I'm scared to death.
Yeah.
And so, what do you do?
When you resist not evil.
How do you do that?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I've got to, and I facilitate A Course in Miracles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love is letting go of fear. Love is letting go of fear. Well, how am I going to do it?
Yeah, letting go is the key word here.
And how does this bull know that I'm
You've
not,
done it. That's right.
that I have let go of
Yeah,
fear?
that's right.
So
Yeah. Oh.
by this time, it's right
Get
with
closer.
me. We could. It was right there.
Okay.
So I'm thinking about A Course in Miracles that I'm facilitating, and then I'm thinking, well, I can't tell it; it won't understand.
I love you.
Now,
Yeah.
love is the color of pink.
Yeah, that's right.
So I thought, pink, 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 and I tried to visualize
in pink.
and I'm seeing this bull pink.
All right.
The best I can come up with.
I wonder if he was feeling a little effeminate at the time. If he was feeling a little girly.
Oh my God, really? And so here he is,
Yeah.
and I thought he's not seeing it.
Okay.
He's not really
Getting it.
He's
not going pink
that
on
I
you.
am loving him with
Yeah.
all this pink.
Yeah.
So I thought, what is pink?
Yeah.
Now I hate to say this on television,
Okay.
but it's
Sure.
true.
Okay.
That I thought of Pepto-Bismol.
Oh, okay.
So I thought, bottles.
Okay.
Bottles of
Pepto-Bismol
Pepto-Bismol
on him.
So I just saw, you know, my hand pouring it all over him, you know, until he was pink, pink, pink.
Yeah, yeah.
And I've got 3/4 of a mile to go with this
Yeah.
animal brushed
Behind
up
you.
against me,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
just right
Or
beside me,
you.
you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
So anyway, I thought, I hope he doesn't mind being pink.
Pink, that's right.
Because that's the best I can do, God. You know, I know that I've got to do everything to keep fear away.
That's right. That's right.
You know,
That's right.
because that which you fear,
Yeah.
you
That's right.
you experience.
Sure.
That which you love, you experience. And so, since my whole experience of every place in India was a test,
Yeah.
and I knew that Spirit was watching and talking to me and so forth, that I was going to make it, but I just wondered how that bull felt.
Was going to get it.
Yeah, is he getting it?
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess he did, because he just kept, you know, we were in tandem, and I finally I could see the light out of that alleyway, and I am praying, God, please don't let him turn right and go with me to this room.
Oh, that's right.
Please, you know,
right.
send him to the
other
left,
way.
okay?
That's right. Oh.
Well, he did.
He did, okay.
He did.
Yeah.
So, but that was one of the many experiences that I had of resist not evil.
Sure.
I knew going in from all of the other experiences that it was going to have a good outcome, but when you can't see it,
Sure.
and when you don't have the privilege of being fearful,
Sure. Then you're not.
This inner eye,
Yep.
you know, has to become razor sharp.
Yep.
This is good.
Yep.
This is
It's
good.
This is good.
So that was my experience of Kathmandu, and before I went to the Himalayas. That again was a different story, and I'd like to share it sometime. About, I think you're unaware of this time when Lord Himalaya healed my
fear of heights, your vertigo.
my vertigo, and it was an incredible thing, because I didn't know that it was done until coming down from the mountain and sitting on the side with my feet hanging over. Somebody took a picture, and I thought, that's not me. That could not possibly be me.
Betty, tell the story of how it used to be in elevators.
Oh, I would.
This is a person who, I mean, you hear about people who have fear of heights, and sure, they have fear of heights.
It's not fear, okay?
Okay.
That I don't like. It's not fear. It's that the bottom falls out.
Okay, so here is a person who experiences what we call vertigo.
Agoraphobia.
Agoraphobia. So what would happen? What was your experience when you'd get in an elevator?
I would, if nobody was in there, I would sit on the floor.
Okay.
I don't care if I was in all white. I had to sit on the floor, because your stomach falls out. I mean,
physical. You had the physical sensation.
Falls out. It's
all right.
I'm not fearful.
Okay.
It's just, it's a magnet.
All right.
Around water, around a swimming pool.
Okay.
Escalator was out.
Yeah.
But so when I sat there on
now this is you.
This is me.
Now you're in Nepal.
No, well, I go over to the Himalayas.
Okay. You're even farther up now.
Yeah, and I'm in the Annapurna Range.
Okay, all right.
I'm at Everest.
Okay, all right.
I'm at Everest, and going up there, you know, I'm like this.
Okay.
A bench over like, because if I see it, I fall, okay?
Here we are. We're going off, ladies. We're heading to the top. If you want to hear more, well, we'll be on again. In the meantime, 11 o'clock Sunday, the corner of Country Club entrance.